Friday recap with the Triple A's plus M. I'm so glad that you're able to sit down with us. We're going to go through some of the top stories and do the week in review. We want to make sure that if you did not happen to see us during the week, you will be able to understand exactly what took place. So here we go. The top story for my segment is: did you know that voters in 42 out of 44 states holding 2026 primaries have gone to the polls? Hmm. The only ones that are still pending is Massachusetts will go on September 1. New Hampshire is September 8th, Rhode Island on September 8th as well, and Delaware September 15 remains, along with 18 pending runoffs. That means 4 statewide and 14 legislative positions need to be filled. The Democrats have been holding steady and trying to make inroads as the Republicans scramble because of the new look and feel. We're so proud to hear that Florida is getting with the game, and Angie Nixon was able to win her primary. Not to mention, Mr. Jolly also won his primary. On the Republican side, they do have Byron Donald. So now you need to say to yourself, hmm, who has my back? I think they showed you already. Make the right choice. Over to you, Andrea.
Sounds funny. Then Motor Girl's death on the coast is even more, suspicious. The was retained by the royal family. Since then, on August 13th, three people, three people got
We're having a
arrested
little bit
because
of
they threatened the judge.
continue, Andrea.
Can you hear me? Three people got arrested because they were threatening the judge. Some information also came out yesterday that they are going to the information, the phone call from the CBS, and that was all who does not come forward and release information. They said they will subpoena and they will press charge. So we need to wait and see what happens with all of that. I still want to give my sincere condolences to the West family. I don't know why everyone's threatening the wife. But she wants to put everyone at this moment. So right now, over to you, Anita. Anitra, can you hear me? Okay.
So there's some technical difficulties
If you'd
going on.
like, I can go to my next story.
No, I think you need to repeat your first story back again because you were breaking up. But Anitra is
I
back,
was
so
breaking up.
let's go ahead. You're up, Anitra.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I missed the whole thing. It was a little bit of a glitch there. So, my main story tonight, my first story, is about Mount Sinai in New York City. A lot of people know it as one of the biggest hospitals out there, and they see a lot of different patients from all over the place. But they have started, as of August the 1st, decided not to take, if you have current Medicaid and you're in their system, you're fine. But going forward, they don't want to take Medicaid. Other social programs, the ones for kids, I think it's called like Kids Plus, and they're out of network now for Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield, due to basically the biggest thing of it is they're not getting the reimbursements that they are desiring, and they feel like it's not worth it. They don't want to take it away from everybody, but that's what they've done. If you're already in there, you're good for doctor's visits and all that kind of stuff, though only. If you go to the emergency room, that's a whole nother story. So if you've been getting care through them, you might want to look for a different place that's hopefully in your neighborhood or that you can afford where your insurance is going to be taken. Um, and unless you're already in the network and you're already established. But I just think that's very interesting. And it's a little piece of information I hadn't seen anywhere, people talking about it very much. And that's, I think it's the, what's the word? A premonition of events to come to a city near you, to your local hospitals. And hopefully not, because a lot of people rely on those services and you never know when you're going to need it. Thank you. Momo, why don't you tell us something?
All right. Well, my concentration, my top story this week is, of course, the recall, the egg recall, and one other recall that just recently came into play. The FDA upgraded a major shell egg recall from Midwest Poultry Services to a class 1 risk level. That's the highest warning category, following 98 reported illnesses and 26 hospitalizations linked to salmonella. The recalled eggs are from Midwest Poultry Services, and hold on just a second. And the states affected by this recall are Texas, Louisiana, Oklahoma, Arkansas, New Mexico, and Mississippi. The stores involved are Kroger, Brookshire Grocery, and other select regional retailers. So the Best Buy dates are July 20th, 2026 through August 17th, 2026. And the identification codes, the plant codes P1950 or 0840962 with Julian dates between 157 and 184 printed on the carton side. So if you have contaminated eggs, you want to get rid of them. You don't want to take a chance. Even if you fully cook the eggs, you don't really want to take a chance. Just go on and bring them back to the store, and they should replace them for free with another, a fresh carton of eggs. So just don't take any chances with stuff like that. And the second FDA recall is for, pardon me, it's for the Publix frozen berries recall. There's an E. coli breakout. And even though the veggies are frozen, and most people are not going to cook their vegetables, or not vegetables, but their fruit, unless you're baking it in a pie or something like that. So again, just take these things back to the store, and they should replace them for free with a product that is not part of the recall. And there's also the frozen pops that have been recalled because of glass, little shards of glass being found in the frozen pops. So there's a lot more going on, but those are the three latest things that have happened. We just have to be very, very careful out there. Food is scary right now, so be very mindful. Always check there. You can see online on the FDA site everything that's been recalled. And if I were you, my suggestion would be to go to the site yourself and see all the things that are being recalled, because there's so many of them and you don't know if it's going to affect you in your area, in the stores that you shop at. So I would just recommend going to the FDA website to find out all the latest recalls, and just be safe and be careful. Back over to you, August.
Thank you. Let's take a moment and get our lovely viewers involved. So right now we see Jazzy Renee. Hello, my love. We do have Jamie. These are our faithful reporters on the ground. And let's take their questions. So Jazzy Renee, real quickly, is saying, aren't jalapenos being recalled too?
Is a jalapeno recall, and that's for salmonella as well.
Okay. And then she said, Kroger is expensive for no damn reason. Okay, I didn't put the damn in there, but I just have to like,
That's true.
And I
right?
tell you, some things also are not under those. Like like here in my town, we are Kroger, but our company's called Payless Supermarkets. So that's still Kroger people. So in case you don't
Mm-hmm.
know, Payless is
Mm-hmm.
Kroger, and it might be
Yes.
under another name in your town too. So see who's the underlying owner.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then go ahead, Mo.
So much is being recalled. I'm going to farmers markets at this point. Good Lord. Yeah. But again, even if you're going to farmers markets, make sure that you are washing those fruits and vegetables before you eat them. And
I had a
Wow.
yes,
sandwich today, and somebody bought me a sandwich today. It was really good, but every bite I took, I knew I was eating cucumber, I was eating lettuce, and I was eating tomatoes. And I thought, what is going to happen?
Nothing.
Probably nothing, but it's just crazy that you got to think that though every time, because this stuff you can't wash away.
This is
yeah,
true. So
yeah.
Jazzy is saying, I thought Payless was shoes. Me too, Jazzy.
We had both. We lived a confusing life here in our small town. I'll be talking about our town
We're
soon.
just checking. We're just checking. But I'm right there with you, Miss Jazzy. Let's go over there to um Andrea saying 60 Krogers. Well, Andrea, you could say it. Let's hear your voice. What you saying?
Let's see if I'm still having trouble with you
No,
hearing me.
you're clear. Just read it. You
Okay,
good.
good. 60 Krogers around the country are closing due to low sales.
Wow. Wow.
Right? Because they're getting expensive and the quality is not as good as it used to be. But sometimes that's all you got.
Yeah.
Well, I spoke with someone today, and they said where they live, and that's in Las Vegas. On Thursdays, you can go to Kroger, and they have slashed the prices by 50%.
Mm, wow.
Well, they
Jamie
ain't
is
going down where
indicating
I'm
they
at.
call it food fair.
We
Mm-hmm.
call it food for less.
Food fear.
I know I saw.
Yeah, food for you. You right.
Anybody
They're
want to
having a
take
Greek
this?
festival here this weekend, and there's a lot of stuff. We'll talk about that, but just a lot of stuff going on that I don't know.
Well, Katie says she always washes her fruit. Her husband didn't know that because he doesn't eat fruit.
The thing
Oh,
is, the cyclospora cannot be washed away. It can't be
No.
bleached away. So they need to know that now. The salmonella and things you do need to wash and heat, mainly cook, depending on how it's what it's on or in, how it's contaminated. But the cyclospora cannot be killed with just washing.
Yeah, that's what Jamie said the other. That's what Jamie he said the other day.
yeah. This is a hell of a diet.
I seen a person on Facebook earlier ask, "So we eating lettuce yet? Or we still on this snack cake diet?"
I mean,
I thought that was kind of
pancakes.
cute.
That's why I need to go on a diet again. Pancakes.
Oh, Jazzy saying we have a food for less here.
It's we have food for less. That's Kroger's discounted store.
Oh, okay.
See, we don't have
And
that here. We've got the standard
we
stores.
got
We have Walmart and Myers, and then little, Dollar Generals and things. But in this area, I'm all over the place, so you never know where I might be.
so we're having great comments. Jamie is saying,
Only
Only
passive.
temperatures above 230 degrees kills it.
all right.
And I don't really cook my lettuce and stuff, so we just, I'm good.
I used to actually. If you cook them a little bit and chop them up with some chicken and some onions, it tastes delicious.
I can believe that.
Mo, won't you take this one?
I'm personally worried about eggs. My hubs only eats that for breakfast. Yeah, we eat a lot of eggs in our house as well, Katie. The only thing that I would say to you is forget the sunny side up, forget the easy over. Make sure the yolks are completely cooked. So whether it's boiled, scrambled, or if you have to bust the yolk, if you insist on frying the egg, you just want to make sure everything is cooked.
Jazzy, you're just my darling. I tell you. Dang, you're going to burn the
Okay.
food in order to not get
Just
sick.
with a blowtorch.
That is 100% correct, Jazzy. That is 100%. Thank you for that.
Like buff the
So,
microwave, you got a blowtorch.
with that said, let's get ready for the next round of reactions. I'm not sure if you guys are aware, but what is happening in the news? I'm gonna go to Puerto Rico. So PR, Puerto Rico, is facing a severe water crisis driven by the historic drought and failing infrastructure. Yeah, they just have not put any money back into Puerto Rico, leading the government to enforce rotating 48-hour water shutoffs for over 1,080 people. That's crazy. 180,000 people. You know, and about 500,000 residents. That's ridiculous, especially in San Juan and nearby municipalities. Keep that in mind. So, the drought, just to give you a little bit of insight into it, it is the drought started in July 2026, and it was San Juan's driest month in over 120 years. And that means just dropping major reservoirs to its criticality, low levels. It really has. The infrastructure issue is compounded the dry weather, aging pipelines, such as a major rupture earlier in the summer, and massive leakage rates worsen the supply deficit. So think about it, 48 hours, no water. So that means you better fill up your bathtub with water in order to flush the toilet. You better fill up every jug you have in order to make sure you have to cook with and also to drink. This is pretty bad. Let's go out to our viewers and see if they have any insight. Let's take on Jamie.
Well, for Jamie, that's my next topic. So, can we wait for Jamie?
Back over to you, Audrey.
Oh, okay. Well, I hope you can hear me now. Before I was hear me now. Giving $5,000 per person for food and clothing for victims that are affected by the storm in Gary. Now, I don't know where your family is located, but Governor Mike Braun put on the web that they are giving the money today, and all you got to do is dial 211. You got to dial 211 if you are affected by the storm, if you don't have any power, and I'm sure if you're not in the city of Gary and you are in another city, that I would still call 211. That's 211. Governor Mike Braun has authorized that money for families. They are predicting right now that the power should be on by the 25th of August for most people. That's this coming Tuesday. I know it's hot. Some people are sleeping in their cars. I know when we had the freeze here in Texas and we didn't have any power, I had to sleep in my car. It was just too cold. It was just too cold to sleep in the apartment. So, and that way you can charge your phone too. You can charge your phone and get some rest, put the seat back. So, Yeah, FEMA is not helping anyone. That had, again, that program was gutted. So he had, I mean, he's offering this, so it's coming from the state fund. It's coming from Indiana State Fund, which is very good. That's a nice governor for him to be doing that. Just our 211. Over to you, Anitra.
Well, he might be nice, but I have my questions about the Governor Braun. We'll get to that later. Governor Braun is my governor. I am from the state of Indiana, and I am from a smaller town, city called Anderson, Indiana, which is about 45 minutes northeast of Indianapolis. Central Indiana, we went underwater. We did. My hometown was one of the highest since broke the record from 1913. Our levee, which I didn't even know we had a levee, been here, been living in this area, even though I travel all over for years, and they said it got to like 24.5, and 25 is the levee fails. So since the 21st, the waters have been receding. Governor Braun did request emergency funds from FEMA. Um, Trump did agree to that. That released 5 million for Central Indiana, but the problem is the crisis is still going on. There's still in northern side of Marion County, which is Indianapolis and surrounding areas. Um, there's still some water there. We still have standing water here, and just destruction. There's 5 to 7 people that have died. People have lost everything they own. They can't go home. Nothing but sludge. No flood insurance because who'd have thought? The cars are destroyed. They were underwater. So there's a lot of people going through a lot right now and displaced from their homes amongst everything else. And as of the 20th, I believe, August 20th, Governor Braun has requested the full, gambit for, a level emergency that it is. However, it's not over because it's going down to southern Indiana now, and they're getting the brunt of what's coming from the White River as well as the Wabash. And so we don't know what's going to happen. And then you have the storm in Gary. It's a lot going on around here on top of prices and everything else, joblessness, and it's just too much for a lot of people. So I'm praying for people's mental health. I'm praying for everybody in Anderson and Marion, Madison counties, and love to all my family and friends, co-workers, and students that are affected. Hopefully, we can get something going and get everybody some help. Thanks.
Yeah.
Before we go to Mo, let's go ahead and take on some of these questions that's out there because let's start off here.
Yeah.
Yeah. FEMA is basically dead.
It's coming down to hundreds, like I think a few $100s per family, depending on how you qualify. I don't know all the details. I'll work on that. But they still gotta clean up, areas. There's still areas where people can't go back home. So it's a slow process. But FEMA's been broke since Katrina.
Well, the White House is still saying that FEMA has been gutted.
It
No,
was
I
gutted. I
disagree
don't
on
think
that.
that their response and the things that they normally do are as much. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a smaller area. It's just now getting started with the recovery. So we're going to see. We are a red state. So maybe he'll help us,
Well,
Even
that's
though
why
they
I'm
got to
hoping
pick and
if
choose.
they call 211, that maybe that's how they'll get some of that money that was given to Indiana.
I
I'm
will
just going
say
to
that
jump in here before you finish that statement because I need to make a correction. FEMA was not gutted when Bush, I mean, FEMA wasn't gutted with Biden. FEMA was
No, it was done
before
with Trump.
and so FEMA just became 2 years ago gutted. All right. So let Katrina, it was bad, but FEMA was working during those times. So we
That's
got to make
correct.
sure we're saying it correctly. All right. Go ahead,
Yeah,
Mo.
we're talking about now.
well, I mentioned Hurricane Katrina because of all the people that was
Yeah, we're
displaced and the
talking about
craziness.
now that they gutted it when Trump came back in
But
office.
yeah, that's what I was referring to now, as far
Yeah,
as that's
me too.
concerned.
I'm not talking
It's not as
about.
many resources. And then
Uh-huh.
you have Hawaii. going through what they're going through. So there's a lot of things being pulled right now. And I hate to say it, I hate for Puerto Rico to be suffering like they are because we don't make them a priority, and they should be because they're fellow Americans.
Yeah, they Trump said it should be thrown back to the local states, is what he said. He wants everything to go through the states, but not voting.
Right. It makes me sick too, Jazzy. She said to Jamie, but it makes me sick too. And sometimes you feel so powerless because it's like there's only so much you can do, but I'm gonna try to do something.
That's right.
And I
Jazzy,
thank
I
God that
like
my mom and them are safe.
Jazzy, I like that you're saying the news is not mentioning this. No, they're really not. But I'm so glad that we're recapping the week because people needs to know what they're going through. I have Anitra on the ground in that town, so she knows. She's seeing it for herself. She has experienced a flood. She has lost items in her home um, because of the flood waters. She's being graceful, but our hearts are with you, Anitra. Hopefully you'll be able to recover back from this.
Oh, I'm just fine. But
Mm-hmm.
there's a
Yeah.
lot of people
And
that aren't, and they're
family.
gonna be doing bad.
I have family there, and I checked on. I called the governor's office. The information, if you Google it, you'll see it.
I'm surprised at Gary because that was a whole nother
There's a
separate
whole.
system.
They had a tornado.
Yeah, and I thought, well, what is going on? We got tornadoes, Japan, Hawaii, us,
Uh huh.
and
That's what.
then the drought.
Mm-hmm. And it's burning up where I am. You go outside and you feel like it's direct sunlight right on you, beaming.
It's a different.
It zaps you. It actually zaps you.
Hmm.
Who's up? I'm nobody's talking.
Oh, I was just looking. Sorry, I was reading Jazzy's thing, and I got all caught up in Jazzy's. You said I feel horrible for the older people. Yes, the people who aren't mobile, and that's not right. I even seen it in Hawaii. Even though I'm bringing that up, it's not really same thing. Can't start over. What are you gonna do? Your vehicle's damaged. Your house is damaged. You can't live in it. Some people still got water. They said 3 inches from the basement is full, and it's 3 inches up in the top floors. Still, but it's receding, which is good. But it's far from over,
Yeah.
and it'll be displaced. I don't know how they're going to rebuild. The money is there, but how much? Because it's going to take more than a few $100s, even a few thousand, to get people back right.
Let's get
Yeah.
Jamie's comment in.
That we're still dealing with last year's hurricane damage in North Carolina. Yeah, that's crazy.
And it stays flooded down south here, and they had a lot of tornadoes and damage down there. Many towns down there that are being affected by the flood were affected by tornadoes in the last, I'd say, 5 to 10 years. And if you wipe out a town, it takes a lot to get it back going. So I'm praying for those towns because there's not a lot. Indiana is what it is, and there's not a lot of stop the water. We don't have the big buildings and all the stuff, so sometimes it gets out
Right.
of hand, and I never realized what a threat the White River was until now, but it never had a problem like this since 1913.
Wow.
Yep.
Next person up, Katie.
Momo.
It's Katie.
Oh,
Oh, a tornado touched down in Pennsylvania yesterday. Ooh, wow.
it's weird.
Schools and homes had major damage. Yeah. Yeah, tornado could level it could level a place.
And Muncie, Indiana, where Ball State is, they are underwater as well. And a lot of the libraries and stuff got water way up, so you got damage. The kids can't go to school. It's just so much. It's just too much all at once, all at the same time. And it's just people's mental health. Take care of
Yeah.
yourself. Check on people.
I'm with
Yeah.
you, Jamie. The universe is protesting.
Hmm.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. All right,
Hmm.
Mo. That was our last comment. Back over to you, Mo.
Okay. Well, the next thing that I wanted to talk about, and again, haven't been hearing a whole lot about this on mainstream news, but the Ebola breakout in the Republic of Congo is growing exponentially and risks spilling over into neighboring countries now. And they're saying an area as large as France is affected by this. There have been 2,500 deaths within 5,000 infections right now. And they say at the rate the epidemic is spreading faster, of course, than the help. Us pulling out of the World Health Organization, us pulling back USAID, all of that is slowing down the responses to things like this. They have a little bit of funding, but of course, the United States being missing from that aid is a big chunk. And so the protections, the people that were on the ground detecting these things and putting them to a fast halt by vaccines, distributing medications and things like that, those people are no longer there. And so that's why these things are being allowed to spread as much as they are. And the strain of the virus that is in the Congo right now is one that doesn't actually have an active treatment for it. So right now, the best bet would be the vaccinations, which they're slowly but surely rolling out. They've gotten about 70,000 doses of the vaccine, and they're distributing that. But for the people that have come down with it, because it's a strain that they've never seen before, it's a deadlier strain, there's no real treatment for it. And so if you have it, you're playing the odds. The most that they can really do is treat the symptoms and hope that a person can get through it. But they're saying that this particular epidemic is on track for being even deadlier than the deadliest epidemic that they had, which killed 11 million people. So this is on track to be even deadlier than that if we don't find some sort of way to curtail it, to get more doses of the vaccine to the people. Really, it's shameful that what we did here in the United States by voting that man in and the things that have happened subsequent to that is having a global effect. You know, our decision here is affecting the whole wide world, and the whole wide world is sicker, and the whole wide world is more at risk because we don't have the stopgaps in place that we used to have. And I just think that it's frightening, really, to think that would be worse than a plague.
It's it is worse than a plague. It's a hemorrhagic disease, and sounds like it's a 50-50 chance that you might make it. And Obama saved it from us from it coming over here the last time. We have to have somebody in the office that can, and we can't get RFK to do this. It's so serious. All it takes is one person to slip through and
Right.
travel.
Yes. Just one. That's all it takes. And that's all of those things, those soft power kind of things that we used to do globally. We've just withdrawn from that, and it has made us globally unsafe.
He doesn't understand, I don't think, that what's over there will soon be over here if you don't stop it over there. I think he thinks that he's like got so many degrees of separation, or he doesn't care. And but this kind of thing right here, this can come to the White House. This can go anywhere because it doesn't discriminate. So he needs to be careful and take
Yes.
care of us.
Yeah. Viruses and things like this know no borders. They're coming for you no matter where you are.
And these viruses, I've already showed you that they learn, and that's what they do. They teach the next one how to be better. So believe
Exactly.
me, they teaching the next one right now how to be better than this one. It's actively going on. So we got to stop it now and figure out what's
Mhm.
going on. And we can't be taking funds away. We got to put them back in. And I hope we do the right thing.
I hope so. I hope so.
But you got to vote. So nothing else. Maybe next time, if nothing else, we can get these things all put back in place.
Yes.
Well, with that said, let's get some reaction from our viewers. Um, Miss Jazzy, I think everybody agree with it.
Mhm.
Yes, we do. We do.
And if you don't, we understand. See you on the other side, MAGA.
Okay, I'm gonna hug you. I'm giving you an air hug right now if you MAGA.
Okay.
Oh,
And next up, Lizzie. Welcome, Lizzie.
everyone who voted for Trump has blood on their hands. Yeah.
Absolutely.
They knew.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. RFK Jr., as well as any of his cabinet asshats, should be charged with murder. Yeah.
I agree.
They should be sentenced
Mm-hmm.
to eternity and have to have him read them the Bible. In the beginning, God made heaven and earth. Just listen to it for eternity.
Yeah.
Next one up.
Too many people are struggling or dying. To not care is to not be alive. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
And
And
so now, if you get newly sick and you're in one of these areas where they're shutting down a hospital or closing this one up to open this one or not taking this and that, then what we gonna do?
Right.
Meanwhile, anyway, I'm not gonna get off subject. Anyway, I'm done.
Yeah, I agree, Lizzie. Elon Musk and his little Doge rats are complicit in all of this.
Evil
Mm-hmm.
demon spit.
thank you
Mm-hmm.
guys for your interaction. It really, really, I see that you guys are right there with us, lock, stop, and just really pouring out your heart. We appreciate your comments. Keep them coming. And are you finished, Mo?
Yes, I am.
All
Mm-hmm.
right. We're going to come back on this side of the ocean and we're going to go with, not sure if you guys are aware, but what we're trying to hit you with is stories that you're not being told and also what is going on. So, did you know that more than 160 people have been deported today to Haiti after the U.S. ended its temporary protected status for 350,000 Haitians? The plane carrying the deportees landed in the northern Haitian city of Cape Haitian on Thursday. I mean, really, this is it's just sit down and think about it. These people just I I just want us to reflect right now.
A
We are
country,
sitting.
oh, a country that we are warned not to travel to because of the conditions. They are taking people who are fleeing that situation, some of whom have established lives here in the United States, that have been here working and contributing in their communities for decades. But now you're going to send them back to a place that Americans are warned not to even travel. But you're going to send these people back to this ravaged land, giving them the choice of going back there or being shackled.
But Mo, even on the other side of it, as I continue my story, because the main international airport in Port-au-Prince is considered too dangerous due to the ongoing gang violence. Okay. I mean, the reason why there's gang violence is because they have nothing to do. You got to have something in there for the structure to work. And the gangs feel that they can just come in and run your town. And the gangs are your kids, your brothers and sisters, your nieces and nephews, your cousins, brothers and sisters. That's the gang. Because guess what? It's a way of life. There is no jobs. You can't even go to school because they won't even allow them to go to school. The poor kids walking on the street. But this is what they want because the color of their skin. So this story touches me because those mom and pops, those kids that were here, they were productive citizens.
Yep.
I mean, half of us don't want to clean the bathrooms in a hotel. We don't want to change the sheets in a hotel. Let's just be honest. They are willing to do that for a better life, just to send a little bit of money home.
I had a Haitian housekeeper. I traveled for my job, as many of you know, last week, and I loved her accent. And I asked her, "Where are you from?" And she looked at me for a minute, kind of for a minute. She paused, and she said, "Haiti," and it about broke my heart because I could just see the fear in her eyes of telling me where she was from.
All I can say is, when are we going to wake up? When are we going to wake up and stop this madness? We have another chance to course correct. We do. And it's in November. Right now, I know I'm preaching to the choir because you guys are all singing beautiful melodies on what you're feeling. However, I need you to tell your neighbor. I need you to tell that man that, oh, I don't vote, or that woman, oh, I'm not into the political scene. You better be. I'm gonna tell you. Friends said that they went out there into the Hamptons, and it was all like, it's all good. Sunshine roses. They're shopping. They're eating. I'm not hating their gangster. That's okay. But see, it hasn't hit them. Their 401ks, their money is still growing. But you do have the other side of the river. Make a choice. That's all I'm going to say. Make a choice. Back over to you, Andrea. Oh, wait, I didn't even get the people's reaction. I'm sorry. Let's get some reaction while Andrea pulls her stuff. What's Lizzie saying?
Working harder than the majority, the Haitian community. Yes. Yes.
And they're so
Yes, it
close
is.
to us.
Mm-hmm. It
It's
is
so, it is so
sad.
sad. They're too close to us to be shameful.
I mean, for our fellow Puerto Ricans, our fellow Haitians, I mean, this is ridiculous. They even have a water shortage in the island of Jamaica. Like, come on. And you sitting there bragging about what kind of money you have and you flossing? Really?
I seen somebody with a trash bag looking yellow sack that said Balenciaga on it, and I believe it cost either $2,000 or $10,000. It looks like a bag from the Dollar General. Are you serious?
I don't, I hear you. I hear you, hon. I hear you. Next up, Jazzy.
I want to know where those where those horses are. I'm setting that slaughterhouse on fire. Yeah, those wild horses, right?
Wow. I hear you, Jazz. Jamie,
Everything he touches, he destroys. Yes, this is
I
true.
will agree.
Got the got that touch, that orange glazed touch.
Who's up?
As Jamie said, Jazzy, I got matches. I'm in.
With a can full of gas and a handful of matches.
Yep, yep,
A
yep. And you
country
are
that we ruined also.
yep, yep.
Wow.
Haiti. Yes, we did.
It
And
just
it
breaks
is
my
sad.
heart.
Yeah, it
I
is
hate
so
to see my
sad.
country so ravished, so desperate, people so sad. I mean, it's not that we ever were some kind of utopian community, but it's just too much.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the rejection of it. Oh, we're doing great. We're the hottest country. We're hot. We're smoking. Makes me furious.
Hmm.
All right. The last one up is they'd rather burn the world to the ground than admit guilt, and they are doing it. Yes, Jamie.
Hmm.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for your reactions, guys, and your comments. Please make sure that you like and subscribe. But get your like in. Get your like in. Over to you, Miss Andrea.
For Donald Trump's first term, he said he didn't know what he was doing. He was influenced by significant economic legislation over COVID, he said. In 2017, a lot of tax cuts. So at the time that he took the deficit to 7 trillion, 7.84 trillion. Then Joe Biden came in office in 2020. He took the deficit to 8 trillion, 8.545 trillion. He did it with infrastructure, clean energy, and the pandemic. He helped with the pandemic, defense spending, and anything that he could help with infrastructure to clean the country up, to do, and help with the pandemic, get people back to work. Now we're at $40 trillion. We went from 8.45 trillion to $40 trillion under Donald Trump's leadership. And this has happened in 2 years. This has just happened in 2 years. Our annual costs are now $1 trillion. They said they might have to raise taxes again. The ballroom has now cost the U.S. U.S. citizens $600 million.
You
They
can
have
stop
also
that and just keep it as a pile. I'm sorry, Miss Andrea. They can just stop it and keep it as a pile right now. It already looked like trash over there. So
it,
they might as well
when
just
you
bury it.
when you look at the whole picture, when you look at it from the air, it just looks like DC has been destroyed. And I've said that before, and sometimes I feel like I'm just repeating myself. Like I said, the ballroom and all the rest of it went for the military. He said is going for the military to change out the boats, to bring in another boat, or ships, I should say, to take out a ship and bring in a ship. But that money is all being passed on to his family members, as far as I'm concerned.
He can miss me with that. He can truly miss me with that. I don't believe a thing. I want receipts.
They're saying we had legislative budget shortfalls. This is all through the research I've done today and yesterday. Well, we've been seeing it in the news for a while, but this is what they're saying. The money, they're not putting the truth in the internet. They're not putting the truth in the internet. We know that he's taking the money, and just like he is doing that, that stock trading, where if you paid $100 and you get the answer first, and insider trading. What's her name went to jail for it. She got locked up.
Martha Stewart.
Martha Stewart got locked up for insider trading. So, but he can do insider trading all he wants. All you got to do is give him $100,000, and he said, "Okay, you can do it." Over to you, Anitra.
Well, he charging people for the visas and whatnot now. I mean, I understand what he's trying to do there, but it's just a mess. So what you talking about? He did take the debt up by almost $30 trillion.
Over 30
And they
trillion.
said in order for us to make our payments, it's going to cost us $1 trillion a year. We don't have it. So we're gonna have to get a payment arrangement or something. But where's the money, Donald and company? Where's the money for the sailors and the soldiers? Because again, they're on the boat, they're on the aircraft carrier. They are suffering. They are having mental health crisis. They are living in some deplorable conditions with mold. They are sounding off to their families about their discomfort, their hunger. I was reading um, some of the comments underneath some of the videos that were out about the Navy and the people getting not getting the right food and being out there deployed for all this time. And one gentleman said when his son came home, he had to send him home early because he wasn't well. He had lost 30 pounds and was emaciated. So, and that's all he said. He didn't ask for nothing or anything. I don't know how true it is, but I'm just saying we should not. We train these soldiers to endure um, difficult conditions to serve us, but they need and they deserve a agenda to know when their deployment is going to start, stop, and to have the goods and the weapons that they need to do it successfully. But you're playing games with them and you're stealing our money and not giving it to the people that you say you're giving it to and not caring for the people that you say you're caring for. And that's a problem. Let's see what they got to say. It's disgraceful how they're treating our troops. I'm ashamed.
Mm-hmm.
We don't take care of them when they come home. We're not taking care of them while they're out there. Are you
But why are you
serious?
surprised? Miss Molly, you are absolutely correct. It is disgusting how they treat our troops, but we cannot be surprised. The man doesn't like veterans, so what makes you think that he's gonna like the troops? They're
If he
just
liked them, he would have
pawns
put headsets in
on the
charge of them.
board, just like all of us. They treat them like pawns
Suckers, like he said.
and
Mm-hmm.
losers
Yeah,
per
he said
him.
per him.
So this doesn't surprise me. It hurts me, and I hope we get out there and do something about it.
They say that the George Washington is supposed to be coming to the area, but when they get there, it's still got a couple weeks out, I think, and then they'll have to go back to the to a dock, but that's another 3 weeks. We're playing a lot of games here, and then they still need two of them out there to keep it. They said safe, but there's another ship out there. I can't think of the name of it. I
I'm
want to say
sorry, Anitra. They playing you sunk my battleship, and it's not working. Okay,
no, it's not.
it's not working. Can someone read Jazzy Renee?
I honestly don't even know what to say. You sign up to risk your life for your country, and you're driven to madness and suicidal thoughts because your president and government doesn't care. Wow.
If anybody's listening who helped us and done any kind of service, thank you so much.
Yeah.
We appreciate you. There are millions that appreciate you, and
Absolutely.
we out here trying to fight and do the best we can to try to help better the situation.
Angry Army Vet, Flex, and the rest, we send our so much love. We send our hearts with you because you still have to face your battle buddies and also you have to face this country. So thank you. It was worth it because you did it not only for your kids, for your family, but you did it for ours. And we thank you.
Mhm.
Yes, it was. I didn't know that. She put it as a party ship.
Wow. She would know.
They are messing with people's minds. Anytime we talk about solitary confinement and all that, but you're out there, you're with there's small areas. You have to live close. You have to be able to get along. You got a lot of different personalities. You've got these, the military in itself, the things you have to do, the jobs, and then you have to have the energy to know that I can shower and go to a clean bed when it's over. I can work my job and I can be fed a decent meal so I'm strong enough to do it, and they're not doing that. So how can they fight for us if they can't even take care of themselves because we didn't give them what they need? Bunch
Yeah.
of bullshit.
Yeah, there's a lot of young sailors on there. When I lived in Japan, that ship was in port have to really pay attention to their mental health. Yes, you are correct. And with that said,
Mhm.
anything else, Anitra, before we move it
No,
over?
thank you guys for listening. And Jazzy, I'm jealous about Japan. I'm trying to go there.
Another bucket list.
Hmm.
Go ahead, Mom.
Yes. And my final story for today is kind of a feel good story because it's like for once, something is working that's supposed to be working, how it's supposed to be working. So, unfortunately, though, these people are retired. There is a group of 128 retired judges and jurists. They filed an ethics complaint against James Percival, who is the top DHS DOJ counselor. And apparently, the ethics complaint was submitted by 128 retired jurors, and the trigger was social media posts labeling four federal district judges under a worst of the worst banner following legal defeats for DHS. So, of course, they're just that stuff trickles down. They're just following the lead of Trump and how he disparages people and talks about people. So they get ruled against. Now he's making social media posts, basically making a list of judges that are the worst of the worst. And we all know that when these sorts of things happen, it almost always puts a target on those individuals' backs. So it's more than just a disparaging word, on social media or in the news. You could be literally putting these people's life at risk just so that you could take a jab at them, and impress the higher ups, because it seems like the unkindness and the cruelty is the point with this particular regime. So that's how they move, that's how they operate. But I'm happy that there are these little clusters and groups of people that are courageous enough to do what needs to be done and try to hold these people as accountable as we possibly can.
That is so true. What goes around comes around. And when
Mhm.
it's your turn, let's see how you squirm. Andrea, you're up. You're unmuted. You're good.
My last topic tonight is measles, and you need to get the MMR done because and since January 2025 to March of 2026, we've had almost 2,800 deaths. And this is a disease that was eradicated. It can be controlled, but it's a deadly virus. It's a very deadly virus. If you don't get your children vaccinated, it can wipe out everybody. So we've got to take some responsibility for vaccinating our children. Already they don't care if brown or black people live right now, and so we're just helping them out. We're just helping them out by not taking care of ourselves. And that's another thing. I'd like to see more black and brown people in medicine.
I hear you.
And that is it for me.
Great story. Thank you for that recap on the measles. Anitra, do you have any other story?
Well, the last little bit is that we're going to remind you that Caroline Levitt is leaving her job at the end of the month. Deuces, that's what I say. And I have a prediction. It's breaking news that her replacement is going to be a piece of S, a piece of shit. Yes. And I
Okay.
guarantee he's gonna be a big liar too, and he'll probably be worse than she is. So she's the devil I know. So in that regard, I hate to see her go. But other than that, we'll holler at you, girl. Good luck raising your children after they can see all this footage about how you treated us and treated other reporters and helped our nation during a crisis. Deuces.
Anybody want to comment on it?
Yeah, don't let the doorknob hit you where the good Lord split you.
That
Crazy.
sounds like a true statement there. Mama, do you have anything else?
No, ma'am, that was my three that I wanted to get out.
Andrea, you're good? I hope tonight, my last story I do have. It is Stephen A. We did talk about Stephen A this week, but the only thing I have to say to Stephen A, your actions speak so loudly. We can no longer hear what you're saying because of your actions. You didn't run to Joy Reid. You didn't run to Don. Hell, you didn't even run to ESPN until you went to Hannity. Again, your actions speak so loudly, we can no longer hear what you're saying. I need you to think on that. You have some opportunities there, brother, to deal with. Okay? Catch a clue. Everyone is sending you one. And with that said, we are at the top of the hour. Thank you so much for spending some time with us. We wanted to do a Friday recap, and we're so happy you were there. If you didn't hit the thumbs up, hit that thumbs up for us. We're so glad that you're bringing your family and friends to hear the truth, because that's all we could talk about is the truth. Again, this house, our voice, we're feeding you. And so much so, you're feeding us with your support, and we thank you. I just want to do our quick round table like we do because we always leave a word of wisdom. So, Anitra,
People need a kind word right now. There's a lot going on. We don't know what's happening in people's personal lives, their jobs, all these things. So if you can, check on a friend, say something nice to somebody that you don't think deserves it, or if you think they do deserve it, and pay it forward. If somebody ever did something for you, try to pay it forward. It's the time is needed. And thank you and love you.
all right. Miss Andrea,
Be the change you want to see.
powerful. All right. Miss M,
Yeah. Be informed, but don't let it make you crazy. Um, Stay in the game, stay hopeful, and as Anitra said, check on your neighbors.
absolutely. And don't forget, tomorrow is Saturday Sip. So come on and sit down and have a retreat with us. We're retreating on our Saturday Sip. It's going to be fun and it's going to be intriguing. So stop by, and it starts at 3 p.m. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow, Saturday, while you're cleaning the house, putting away the groceries, or just getting your hair and nails done. Hey, retreat with us and see if you can answer some of these game questions. It's gaming time. And don't forget, we do have movie reviews. And I'm pretty sure Miss M would dig up a quick recipe, and Miss Andrea will give you a funny. Anitra is going to give you a rap song.
I'm gonna work on it. Saturday sip.
I'm just teasing. I'm just teasing you. But thank you, everybody, for stopping by and have a good evening. It's Friday night.
Thank you. Enjoy your night.